Okay guys, in this video I'm going to walk you through on how you can buy a hosting plan for your website. As we talked about the resources needed for your website to be live, you need a domain name and you need a hosting. The hosting offers you a server that hosts your website to be publicly accessible across the globe. So now, just as in the previous video, we talked about how you can get a domain name, which I showed you some companies that are in charge of registering, where you can register any kind of domain name you wish to use for your website. And most of these companies that offer domain name registration, they also offer hosting services. Like as you can see here, this Truehost, which we bought that domain in the other previous video. They also offer hosting services where you can get a hosting plan that will offer you a server to host your website. Okay, as you can see now, this domain name. You can register a domain, you can buy a hosting. Okay, then you talk of Namecheap, you can register a domain name, you can buy a hosting as well. The same thing in Harmon Web, you can register a domain name, you can also buy a hosting. So the same thing across others, same thing as GoDaddy, the same thing at InterServer also. All of them offer both domain name registration and hosting service. So now let's look at buying or getting a hosting plan for your website. So to buy a hosting plan, once you go to the company you want to use, this one is bearing services. There are some that will be bearing hosting. This one is bearing hosting. So it's either you see it as hosting or you see it as services, whichever one, they are all the same. Okay, so now we are going to look at getting a hosting from here. You can see here there are different kinds of hosting, which maybe possibly we'll be treating that in the theory class. There are different kinds of hosting that offer different kinds of services that you can think of depending on the purpose or the kind of website you want to build. Okay, this is one of the most common type of hosting. Web hosting is one of the most common types of hosting plan you can get in all these hosting companies. So let's look at this. The pricing here is 45,000 naira for this particular. Okay, so now we are going to be going with web hosting. Remember I said we explain the difference between all different kinds of hosting plan you can think of. There are many under web hosting. Even under web hosting, there are still different kinds of hosting plans under web hosting. All of them depends on the size, the purpose, and different kinds of resources or services you think you need for the kind of website you want to build. Dedicated server serves a different purpose depending on what you want to build. Okay, so now let's click on web hosting and select that type of hosting. So we see all that types of web hosting under it. Yes, let's see under types of web hosting under it, different kinds of plans. Okay, they are still a kind of the same, but just different let's say sizes, spaces, and other additional services they offer. The more services, the more space they offer, the higher the price. So the first one here, all these kind of web hosting, they are mostly shared hosting. Shared hosting meaning that they can host more than one website for you. Other types of hosting that is not shared hosting can host only one domain per plan. So but some of these, like this one, you can host, let's see how many websites can this one host. This one can host up to 10 websites. This is a web shared hosting. This is also a web shared hosting, can host up to 30 websites. This one can host how many? Unlimited. This should be unlimited number of websites. That means you can host as many websites as possible. Okay, let's look at the pricing. This is 2,500 naira per month. Some of these companies may allow you to subscribe for 3 months minimum, some may allow you 6 months minimum, some may allow you only 1 year. So you calculate, if you are subscribing for 1 year, you calculate 2,500 naira per month times 12. That's going to give you what you pay for a year plan. The same thing applies if you are using all these things. The decision to choose any of these things, we'll be explaining that in our theory class. So depending on the quality or the strength of the sites you are building, that's when you check, can this one carry this site I want to make, can this one carry this site I want to make, and this one. So let's assume that you are going for this first order, which is 2,500 naira per month. Then you can order this. Then once you order, follow the same way and make your payment. You register a domain, then you can, if you already have a already registered domain, you can just use this option. I will use my existing domain. Okay, so now that is that. Once you do that, make sure you are logged in. As I said, you always create accounts, then type the domain name that you want to use, which you have already registered. You type it, then click on use. It takes you to where you make your payment. Let's assume you are going for Namecheap. Let's check all the types of hosting. You have shared hosting, you have WordPress hosting, you have a reseller, you have a VPS hosting, you have dedicated, migrate, all that. So shared hosting, most times shared hosting usually have a cPanel. There are some types of hosting that will not give you cPanel. Okay, so let's look at the pricing for Namecheap. This under shared hosting, which is similar to this web hosting we are checking here. So remember, TrueHost is a Nigerian company, hosting company. Then Namecheap is a foreign hosting company, possibly based in US. Okay, now this is the pricing for the list of the web hosting, shared web hosting on Namecheap. $1.98 per month. So you multiply this by 12, because most times they only allow you to subscribe for 1 year. Okay, so you multiply that by 12. That is going to give you the amount to be paying if you are going for this first plan, and you only have 3 websites to host in this one. Unlimited number of websites you can host, which is 2.98. And you also check the space, the size of the storage of the hosting plan. This one is 20 gigabytes. This one is unlimited. So this is all what you check. You compare certain things, certain features, the pricing before you decide which one you'll be going for. Also check GoDaddy, you also check Harmon Web. Determine the services. This is what you always check. This thing they list this way. Check them. Compare the services. This one is offering 20 gigabytes for how much? This one is offering 50 gigabytes for how much? Compare it across your preferred hosting, then make decision on which one you are going for. Okay, that is exactly how you can get or buy a hosting for your website. And I believe it was a very clear video for you. If you have a question, you can always ask fallback question, and I believe it will be treated for you. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you in our next videos.